Welcome back to another episode of the DB Dailies vlog. We're still here at the beautiful Midlands VW show Euro project in Kilbeggan. But we have one of our good mates here, John. And John said he'd give us a few moments of his time and we're going to have a look around his absolutely beautiful Audi and just have a little chat about that, alright?
Sounds
So,
good.
if you want to introduce yourself to the camera there first, mate?
Yeah, so I'm John Rafferty, owner of the B7A4, the nicest one about.
Yeah.
We
So
dig
we're going sickening James by doing this now as well.
I've had the car about 8 years now. So got it, seen it one day. I was like, yeah, used to have a poster up on the wall of B7 RS4 in that exact same colour. And when I seen that, I was like, great, I have to have it. So
It's like that thing as well, though. Like, Joe, when we were all starting off in the car scene and all, and you have something that you have something in your head that you always want, and then like it's great to see, like as you were saying, you had the poster in the bedroom,
yeah,
and you're making it come to life, like, which is amazing. Like,
obviously not quite an RS4, but at the time that was my dream car. So
100%.
That's why I could never really sell it. It's like that thing. I said it even to my dad. It was like that thing would be in my will. I'll never sell that car. I'd quicker light a match to it than let anybody else drive it. Like,
yeah, exactly. And it's the thing too. It's getting to the stage now where it's rare to see these in such good condition anymore. Like.
Yeah, they're like up by us. There's a lot of them, but they're all rough, agri-spec sort of stuff. Like it just farm yokes really. So
and they're dying out now over time due to rust and lads dogging them and not treating them well.
That's it. Yeah, and like there's very few. It'd probably mine, James, and then there's another fella, Dean O'Donnell. He has one as well, and that's the only three sort of clean ones I know of.
Yeah.
So like, it and the B6 are sort of like a lost sort of gem, I think. Anyway, especially the ones in there, the B6, the blue one, unbelievable.
Beautiful car. Yeah, absolutely
ridiculous.
Stunning.
Like,
yeah. And so we're going to do a little walk around the car and we're going to have a chat as we're walking around it, as we're going around, right?
Yep.
So the first thing that comes to mind straight away, or even the eye, is your wheel, tyre and brake package, which is absolutely unreal. And we get Peter now. Peter's on the camera today. We get Peter to zoom in on it. So what are we running here, John?
So they're Porsche Brembo 18Z fronts with 345mm M-Tech discs, Brembo pads as well, and then Rotiform DTM wheels, 19-inch. So just a nice size, and then it's 215, 35, 19 tires.
Yeah.
So it's a nice stretch. Suits.
Yeah, like if Peter can see it there, like it's nice enough that you're not in danger with it, and then again, like you have a nice enough profile on it that you're not sacrificing what you have in the car either. Like
exactly, it's still really nice to drive. They're like, I know I used to have 20s on it and it was just so rough on the road, whereas it just drives lovely on them. Like, so it can't complain. Didn't really do any maths or anything for like to judge how it would fit, but it just all came together lovely.
Came together lovely, yeah. Because even the way she's sitting now with the air, obviously she's on air. We'll talk about that in a minute as well. But like it's actually just sitting nearly to perfection on it as well. Like it's just lovely. The stance of it overall, like it's an overall package deal. Like
out of all the wheels and stuff I've ever had, I think this is probably my favourite sort of look it's ever had. Apart from it was in a shed there for 2 years, it wasn't out, but I think probably since the RFs were on it, this is probably the best sort of it's looked like.
Exactly, and which is great. Like, so obviously we know each other for years now at this stage of the game, and going to DB on the key and all together and everything, and dub shed and all. But like, as you said, you've had this car 8 years, like, so it's a passion now for the car. Like, at this stage of the game as well. And as you were saying, you had it boxed away there for 2 years, but now you've brought it back to life again.
Yeah, it was a sorry state seeing it just all sitting in dust and wasn't really looking at it, and I was just helping the lads with Dubshed really this year, and I was like, no, I have to get it back out. I have to get it doing something. So it got on to the fellas at SF Tuning for the brakes, and ordered them, and then I was great. I finally started. Now I'll start. Once I got them bits, it was like it just snowballed, and now it's
and
ready,
you're gaining momentum with it again. Like
that's it.
And again, what's a testament to you over the time as well, in the 8 years you've had it. Like the paint is still looking fantastic on it. Like your body lines and all as well are still looking amazing. Like and for a car that's I'm not going to say she's kicking on in the years now, but it is in a
Oh,
way
she
as
definitely
well,
is. Like she's like 07, so it's definitely like it's rare to find one that has the painting sort of such good neck. Like obviously there's rough bits on it too, but you're gonna get that with a car that's how many? What?
Quick match.
Jesus,
yeah, but like it is
Yeah.
like it's getting years behind it. And like we'll get a few shots of it, and we'll get Dahi to throw him in as well, just of a whip round afterwards. Like, but again, even like the small things like the likes of the arches and stuff like that you would always see going. Like,
oh yeah.
Like she's in amazing shape, like, which is great to see her still at her full glory. Then just pushing around again. So jumping into the interior, like the seats in her, mate, absolutely make it. Like she's absolutely stunning.
They were really it was a real impulse buy. I always wanted something that would just add something to the interior, and obviously at the time I was a student, so couldn't justify forking out 3,000 instead of genuine wingbacks. So that was this. I seen them. I was like, yeah, no, I'll get them. And then Donal, he made the seat brackets, custom ones for it, and
to tie it all together.
Yeah,
like,
it just worked perfectly. And now we need to cut them a wee bit. They sit very high, but once we do that, it'll be perfect. And and they're so comfy. They're so much comfier than a genuine wingback, I think. Anyway.
Yeah, no, like, and as you can see in them, like, it actually they even look more comfy. Like, don't they? It actually look lovely.
Wrap around you rather than just being like a solid back, like, which is nice. Like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, they're absolute, and like it really makes the interior pop. Like you have Joe, it's like a black on black feel to the whole interior.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's the subtle things that are making it kind of stand out with it. Like,
that's like try to keep everything sort of as black as possible, even with the carbon fiber trim and stuff. Well, carbon fiber dip trim, and it's like everything's so dark, but then there's like the wee subtle bits of chrome. Like I kept the chrome round the gear stick gator and stuff like that, and then around the steering wheel.
Just to give you little pop features in it as well as it's going along.
So it like even the door handles kept them chrome as well. So it's the interior is probably one of my favorite parts of the whole car. Just obviously you have to be sitting in it.
But this is the thing too. Like with all these cars, and like you're not afraid to drive this. Like as in, she come down to Wexford, like, down Midlands VW today, like, and you'll probably be down like VAG and all stuff like that as well, like supporting the clubs that are around. That's where you're sitting all the time. Like.
Exactly.
So you need something that when you get into it, you want to be there. You want to be driving it.
Exactly.
And it's at the end of the day, like it's a driver's car. So that kind of way you're building it to drive the car.
Exactly.
Which is great. Like,
no, it's the interior. It's really, and for it being so old, it's quite a modern inside. Like,
it is. Like, it was nearly before its time when it was being made. Like, like you even see it now with the newer Audis as well. Like they're always pushing that boundary to the next step, like as well. So then we're going to get Peter to whip around this side here now, so we can get a picture of the length of her. So, what are we rocking with the air right now, front and back, mate?
So it's Airlift Slam Series in the front, and then Intermotive Stealth bags in the rear, with Airlift 3P then management.
With 3P management on as well. Now, how do you find it for your setup? Like, as in, Joe, you're saying there now you have the two different setups for the bags. Yeah. Does that work for you? Or
perfect. So like, it goes higher than a stock A4, so I can go anywhere in it, and it's as comfy as you like. It really is like driving a normal car.
Exactly.
It's beautiful. Yeah. Like I know sometimes you can get with more performance cars, it mightn't be great handling, but I'd never expected much from the handling.
You knew what you were getting yourself into with it as well. Like, and then with the 3P, then how do you find the 3P? Would you rather remember the V2 or
like it's definitely for handiness, like being able to like set presets so easily with the wee screen, and you obviously have your pressure readings and then stuff like that. But I find it great, and then even having it on the phone, that flexibility of being able to like walk up to it and check your corners and see
and get it sorted.
Rather than having to hop into the car, then check it, and then stuff like that.
Exactly, and like it goes to show the progression then as well. Like it'd be interesting now to see what the next generation is going to be again and then again. Like, but like it's great to see as well that it's working practically for you as well. Like it's not just. Look, we all like. I'm bad for myself. Like something that just does the show scene or circuit, and you get there, you just drop it, and that's it.
Yeah.
You need something that you can drive and be comfortable in, and keep going with
it
as well. Like
previously I had 9.5 wide wheels on this before, but I couldn't drive low. Yeah. And it drove like a pig. Like it was rotten. And now that I have wheels that actually fit it properly, it can drive low. It's comfortable. It's heartbeat. Like
and as we were saying, even when we were talking about the fronts there, like the wheel and tire package. It's not just the air ride. It's not just the bags.
No.
It's everything. Like,
Yeah.
It's the, you know, it's the tires. It's
Yeah.
the wheels. It's the, you know, like. A lot of wheel lads obviously go for, like, they're changing their offsets and
Yeah.
their ETs and everything.
Yeah.
Like, but like you have it now that's at a stage where, like, you've been for 8 years, like, you know,
Yeah.
you've experimented with
That's it, yeah.
various things, like, and
It's-
you've got what works for you.
Yeah, exactly, and it just now the wheels and stuff. I always sort of never really done any maths for when I was buying stuff. It was just fire them on, see what works. You know,
Yeah,
but
and if it sits right for you, it sits
yeah,
right for you.
but
Yeah.
it was just as you said, over the years, it's just had that many different wheels and stuff on it to sort of know what works with the car now. So
Exactly,
it's
yeah.
it's at the point now where I can sort of half know it in my sleep now. like,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, no, that's brilliant. Like, and then just moving around to the back again, like, you've still stayed with that timeless Audi look,
Yeah.
with the two spoilers that are on it. We'll get Peter to whip around there.
Yeah.
But like, you haven't, Joe. A lot of lads over the years changed these and go for stuff that some people might see as gaudy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you still kept that kind of original Audi look. That was it's timeless, like.
Yeah,
Joe, like,
that's-
it's stuff that when these came out relatively new. This is what lads were doing, and you've
Yeah,
kept that rather
yeah.
than trying moving with it.
You
like,
see, that's it. You find a lot of them now doing like the ducktail spoilers and stuff on them, and like I like how they look, but I think it's just hard to beat that clean sort of.
Yeah,
Joe.
it is. Yeah, but even like as Peter sees up the length of the car, like, it's a very clean cut car, and you're not destroying it by putting a feature that's not meant to be on the car.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah,
Like
yeah.
she's sitting the way it should be. Like,
Yeah.
and it obviously it's a testament to you as well. Like, again, so if we were to pick out something now, your favorite element of the car, what would your favorite element of the whole thing be?
I have to say front brakes.
Front brakes, man, they're-
It just makes it like.
They're a hard beat now.
Yeah.
And then, are you going to go for a dual caliber setup in the future, or on the rear, or are you going to rock what you have?
I was gonna, but they're actually the S4 rears. So
Oh, nice one. Yeah,
so
yeah.
It was. I think it was a 230mm disc initially, but they're 300mm now.
So you have a 300mm rear disc and a 345mm
Yeah.
front disc.
Yeah.
Like, that's serious stopping there. Though,
Yeah,
like, yeah.
it's not that it's only 1.9 TDI, so I don't have that mad power that needs to be stopping stuff, but it just makes it nicer to drive.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly,
It's
like, yeah.
wee things like that add to the car and will hopefully stand out in years to come. Like,
But the thing about it as well, I know, like, lads be talking like, oh yeah, this is 600 horsepower, this is that, this is this, not. It doesn't have to be that for everyone.
see, that's
like, you know,
it,
that kind of
yeah.
way, like, and especially I know, like, we're usually not as bad in the north, but in the south with us,
Yeah.
tax is crippling for us.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you have a car that's older than 0.8 and you have something that's 2 litre petrol or
Yeah.
higher. Like,
Yeah,
you're
that's-
paying out through the nose for it
Yeah.
there. Like, but that doesn't mean that you still can't have the nice car, and you
Exactly.
can't have the body lines that you want. You
Yeah.
can't have the brake set up that you want. Like, you
Yeah.
can still maintain that.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and be affordable. Like, yeah.
That's the thing. It's like sort of. I've had the car that long. It's wee mods like that. I think that if I keep doing them, eventually it'll just be immaculate. You know, it's
Yeah,
stuff like that.
exactly, yeah.
And it'll never be finished, but it might get to a stage where I'll be like, right, that's enough
Yeah,
for a
and
while.
Yeah, because you're like, it's at the stage now where you can do the smaller things that make it
Yeah,
perfect. Like, it's
exactly,
the final features. Like,
Yeah.
as Mike from Stanswork says, like, it's like the last 10% it takes 10 years.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So like, you're at the stage now where you can continually just add to this, and
Yeah.
all you're doing is adding to the package that you
Yeah.
already have, which is fantastic. Like,
Yeah, it's hopefully eventually sort of get it to standard where it can be like indoor shows and stuff. Like it's just it's the last 10% that is what gets you there. You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah, 100%,
It's
yeah.
it's the hardest bits too, because it's the wee finer things, as you said. Like, so, no, I'm happy with it now. It's come a long way. Like a month and a half ago, it was sitting in a shed gathering dust. So it.
So DB and the Key inspired you, man, to bring it back
Man,
to life.
at Dubshed I said to you, I was like, it'll be there.
Yeah.
And it was in my head. I was like, no, I have to put this in and get it ready. And you know, Donal and Owen, they were like, right, you've committed to it now. So
it's happening now.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
So it wouldn't have happened without them pushing me to keep going with it. So
And that's the thing, and like, say if I know, like, you've done massive amount of work even recently, like getting the whole thing, like, we'll whip around here again, like getting the whole thing back after being in the shed for 2 years,
Yeah.
to getting it to this standard again, like, but and the massive brake setup that you have in the front. But is there something now that you see yourself doing to this now? As in, are you getting an idea now that you're back in the game with it again, or have you something that you want to change now in the near future, say, or by the end of show season even?
I don't know if really this year. I have an RS4 front grille, for it at the house.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting on a filler plate to come from America for it, so it might be on this show season. So that'll change even slightly, because James would probably want the grill.
He'd be robbing you blind, lad.
The one that I have on it, it's a custom one. So it was I made it myself with one of the fellas that does all the painting and stuff for us.
Lovely,
So
yeah.
it's rare as it is, but I think an RS4 grill would just be another wee cool mod, like.
And that's like we're talking about the last 10%. Like
Yeah.
this is what we're talking about. Like if people don't know what we kind of mean by it, is that like just changing the grill.
Yeah.
At the same time, you might put that on and be like, do you know what? Joe, you'll have the other grill, and you you have them little parts then, and become a little parts whore in your house.
That's
Like, yeah.
I said I'll nearly be as bad as William Cornett.
Yeah, oh, William's shocking for it now. William is shocking. But like again, John, I want to say that this car is an absolute. It's stood the test of time. It's an absolute testament to you, and
Thank you.
you're like just even keeping it in the condition that it is. It's fantastic. Like so, from all of us at DB Daily, I want to say thanks very much for your time. Thanks very much for having this absolutely beautiful car on the road.
Thanks very
And
much.
we look forward to seeing a lot more of it in the future.
Most definitely.
And then just on that, Peter, alright, so you can get me at VW Dunner DB Dailies. John, we'll get Dahi to put your tag in here somewhere.
And it's over there as well.
Oh, it's on the back. We'll get a shot at in a minute as well. So we'll get your tag down below you here as well, mate. Okay, so from me, Ian Dunn, and VW Dunner _ DB Dailies. From John, we want to say thank you very much for watching our vlog series today. Continue to click, like and subscribe below. Anything you want to see in the future, just leave it down in the comments and hit us up on our social media platforms, DB_Dailies, or our website as well at www.dbdailies.com. So for me and John, thank you very much. Good luck.